Hey everybody, welcome back to Grimm's Bookshelf. And I'm Grimm, and we're going to be reviewing a little book I just got done with called The Queen. So, if I'm going to be completely transparent, this is like my third time recording this because I've had so many weird audio issues. Ow. So if I don't see Miss, that's why. Before I did the initial recording, though, is when I just finished this book. This book, very good. Very, very good. Nick Cutter came in swinging, and it makes me really hungry for his next book, The Dorians. That's coming out like May of next year in 2026, I believe. Um, I'm really excited for that. I was a big fan of The Troop and The Deep. Um, but we're not here to talk about those. I'm saving those for another video them entirely for themselves. Um, but we're here to talk about the Queen. The Queen. Uh, you know what? Let me get the blurb. 1 second. Sorry, I'm just a little underprepared, and that's my fault. So let me read this blurb out for you, so you kind of get the gist of what the story is. On a sunny morning in June, Margaret Carpenter wakes up to find a new iPhone on her doorstep. She switches it, and it is greeted by a text from her best friend, Charity Atwater. The problem is, Charity's been missing for over a month. Most people in town, even the police, think she's dead. Margaret and Charity have been lifelong friends, and they share everything. They know the most important details about each other, except for a destructive secret hidden from them both. A secret that will trigger a chain of events ending in tragedy, bloodshed, and death. And now Charity wants Margaret to know the story, the real story. In a narrative that takes place over one feverish day, Margaret follows a series of increasingly disquieting breadcrumbs as she forges deeper into the mystery of her best friend, a person she never truly knew at all. So, given that information, like it says, the story as a whole in the arc is about Margaret Carpenter. It follows her and her, let's call it her journey that is led by like, it is led through a series of texts from her supposed lost friend or her dead friend that everyone assumes is dead. And it it take like it says takes place over one day. All the chapters are time stamped, and the day sort of shows you about how long each one is, which is really cool. Um, and it just takes you on this absolute mind bending and at times horrifically grotesque adventure. And it was all in all a fantastic ride. My biggest points on it is the writing of the characters are so good. Margaret, very, very likable main character. There's two or three side characters. Harry being the big side character, and he's really likable. He's really cool. Um, there's also the big bad, Mr. Crate, who, in all intents and purposes, is a fucking psycho, and he's written really well. I mean, Nick Cutter did a fantastic job writing him, and I mean, from you really get and it the book shifts sometimes between Margaret's POV and like Mr. Crate, the bad guy, his POV, not POV really, but when you read it, you'll see it shows like where he comes from and what he's about. Very good. So the character's really good. The setting is really pretty. Um, like in like rural, it seems like ruralish Canada, like Niagara Falls area. It sounds really pretty. I'd love to go like a lot of orchards and rolling hills and stuff like that. Another big point for this. It's not super campy. It's not real. I don't know. I don't know what the word is. It's not super generic. Like, oh, your character here bad. It has like a lot of nuance. It has a lot of like plays and like class struggles. Like, oh, you're one of the rich popular people and you're one of the poor not so popular people, and it shows like has a real big dynamic in that without spoiling it too hard yet. Um, it's really good. Um, really well written. All in all, man. I mean, this. I think this. You. I could see the argument about this being the best book that he's written. I can absolutely see that argument, and I don't know if I would argue against you, but the the way this is written is a little different than like the Troop and the Deep. And I'm gonna recall those two because they're the only other two books I've read by him. I know he has Little Heaven out that I have not read, and that might be fantastic. But my using those as my litmus for this book is not like a keep you awake at night thinking there's something in your window type of scary. This is a scary on like a different part of your brain. It's like a just like a primal like ew, keep that away from me. Put that thing back where it came from or so help me type of gross. That's I think that's the best word for a lot of this book is gross. Like the scary parts of it are nasty. It's awesome. Uh, it's I know I had talked in the review for A Lonely Broadcast like very Cronenberg-y. This reminds me a lot of like The Fly. You get my drift. I mean the cover alone, like they got the wasp on her face. Like you can kind of get the gist. It's called The Queen. You can figure the theme of it out. Also, I think Nick Cutter's bio on X literally just says, "I like bugs." I don't like bugs at all. I don't. I'm not scared of bugs. I'm not putting that out there. I'm not scared of bugs. I got like bugs. I got some bugs tattooed. You know, a little moth. Moth. I got some flies. Oh god, this perspective of this camera is so weird. I got some flies. I even got. Yeah. If you consider moths bugs, I got a little bug there. But like, I don't fuck with bugs. Like, I see a bug in my house, I'm killing it. And this book gave me the heebie-jeebies. It made my fucking skin crawl. It was awesome. Uh, so to get into before I get into the spoiler bits, I'm gonna say just up front. I know I have these the spoiler bits in these videos. I do still recommend go get the book, go read the book on your own. It's it was phenomenal. It was such a good read. Don't let me spoil it for you, but this is more for me and how I think about it. Maybe if I go back and watch this, I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. That's what that book was about. Um, so here it is. Spoilers now. The way this book starts at the end is so good because I almost forgot how it started in a way, or not necessarily forgot, but I was like, you kind of lose it at some point. You're like, it talks about Margaret being near the end of the book, which I'm going to talk about because the whole like big climactic thing is there, you know. Um, yeah, I thought it was super. Sorry for the weird cut. I had to figure out some laundry and cats were fighting. It was a whole thing. Um, so as I was saying, I believe it starts at the end, and you kind of get lost in the book In the beginning's a little confusing because you're like, whoa, what is happening? And then you're like, earlier that day, like, and it's before things just go absolutely fucking nuclear in this gala where you're like a standoff with the main bad guy. It ooh ooh so good. And you kind of by the time you get there, you're like, oh fuck, that's where we're at. That's where this goes. Like, all right, cool, shit, run it. um, the overarching theme of like talking about Margaret and Charity, like splitting as they're getting older, is such a real thing for most older people like me. Uh, like people you grew up with, man. You don't fucking hang out with those people no more. You don't talk to them. Like, you get those rare cases. Like, yeah, I'm still best friends with the person I was best friends with in high school, but I'm not. Like, grow apart. It's not like anything means, oh my god, this person sucks. Like, it's not that. It's just shit happens. You get older, things change. You know, it's kind of sad because this. I mean, this whole thing feels kind of two sided. This book feels two sided. Like, it feels like Charity going on an absolute fucking vengeance quest, which is so sick. But it also is like a her yearning for Margaret, our main character. Is like, why did you leave me? Vengeance quest thing is so sick. That whole like the whole plot line of it is really cool. Um, and it shows like when she went missing and why. And I don't know. Like, I know this is like the spoiler section because it's light spoilers. I don't want to like spoil the fucking book because when you read it, it's not the most unpredictable thing in the world. You're like, oh, I saw that coming. You kind of just like know these things that are happening. But when it finally gets to that point, you're like, oh fuck, here we are. Like, it's here. Let's fucking go. And it is such a solid piece of work from Nick. I mean, I'm a fan, right? I'm a fan. I was a fan after I read The Troop. I was like, oh, this dude knows ball. And then I read The Deep. I'm like, this dude really knows ball. And he's kind of flexing. I think at this point, I think he's really in his bag writing this. And dude, I mean, I've read. I know this is like rookie numbers to a lot of people, but I literally started reading this year in 2025. At the beginning of 2025, I started reading. I've read 30 books this year, and or I'm about to start book number 30. This will absolutely be in the top 10, if not the top 5 of books I've read this year. This is so good. Um, Also, sidebar, I know I've talked like these last couple reviews I've done are books that I really enjoyed. I am planning on doing the ones I didn't enjoy. Just putting that out there. Um, there's one that I wanted to do. I'm sorry if some of you like this book. Okay, the book wasn't bad, but 13 Stories, I forget who it's by. 13 Stories was the way it was written was fucking atrociously bad. It was so hard to follow. But we'll get there. But I promise I will put in my opinions on books I did not like. Um, but like the Queen, I didn't really have any like bad things to say. Like, it felt like because this one's first person perspective, and you follow Margaret from the first person, and it feels like a teenager. It feels like teenage problems. It was awesome. I think a big statement from this book, at least what it felt like for me, is it's horror, but also slice of lifey in the way. Like, there's some really good drama, which I think is awesome. It's not like the most campy, like, oh my god, they're killing everybody. Like, if anybody's ever read Maggie's Grave, it's very like that. Which No shade. Maggie's Grave fucking rules, but it's not like that. This has like a lot of features. It's got a lot of substance. It's got a lot of depth. I think depth is a good word for it. Um, and I don't know, man. I think I think it's arguably his best work. Is it my personal favorite? No. I think The Deep is still my personal favorite, but it is arguably his best. Truly. I just like The Deep thematically because I'm claustrophobic. That book is so oppressive. It's horrible. I will get to that book eventually. It's going to be very hard for me to get through, but we'll do it. But all in all, man, I mean, fuck, dude, this needs to be in every horror person's repertoire. It's so Cronenberg. It's so Vengeance Quest. It's so good. It's so good. I don't know if that's recency bias because I literally just got done reading it, but solid. Oh, I do want to point that this book does something that I haven't really seen a whole lot, or if I have, it's not been done well, but this does it really well. This shows the aftermath of it and like the year afterward and what the human population does. And it's so fucking accurate to what we would do as people. Because like eventually this shit just goes nuclear, right? It just goes viral on Twitter and TikTok and YouTube, and people just consume like this massive thing that happens. And it shows like the afterwards, like people making memes or posting their tinfoil hat theories on Reddit or TikToks, and people selling novelty T-shirts and doing like disaster tours and be like, "Oh, I knew that person," and they went to like popular sites and stuff like that. And it's good. It's very human and very inhuman. This book, it's very good. Um, Nothing but praise, man. I mean, I'm a Nick Cutter fanboy. I will glaze. I do not care, and I will not care because I'm so excited for the Dorians, and you can't stop me. Which I believe is coming out in 2026, and that's gonna be really hard for me to fucking wait. But we'll get there. We'll get there, right? Anyway, I think that's gonna do it for me. That kind of is my runtime. It's kind of my thing about this book. It was fantastic. Um. Anyway, peace, love, rock and roll, dude. I mean, hope you guys have a good one. Thanksgiving's right around the corner for me. That's kind of where we're at right now. And hope you guys have a good one. Peace.